Welcome back, everybody, to episode 6 of our No Freight Challenge. Like here from Mike and Me Gaming. And so last time we basically did the southwest over here, and we came up to the northwest, and we sort of backfilled through all this mountainous area and then some of the plains. We did quite a bit. So today we're going to get going here. We're basically going to, I think what we'll do is we'll start at the south here and move our way up, which I guess south now is basically almost like the Midwest, I suppose. And so the first thing I see we're going to need is St. Louis. So we'll buy Illinois. And St. Louis, I think we'll need a station probably on top, I'm thinking. Right there. And then we'll need some type of maintenance center. So we'll go ahead and put our maintenance here. This is basically what we're doing everywhere. And St. Louis, I forgot to put our modifiers in. So we want a post office and we want a restaurant. So if you haven't watched some of the other videos, this is pretty well what I've been doing here the last several episodes. So we'll go Columbia to St. Louis to this, and then we'll have to buy Indiana. We'll go ahead and do that right now. And we'll go into Louisville. That's what we're going to do right here. And here we are back. We did exactly that. Columbia, St. Louis. Got our maintenance over to Louisville with the 10 trains. Confirm that. I noticed we have research here. I wonder, can we get anything yet? Okay, we have our train. No, we need 200 for the packages. I think I did that the last video too. So the next thing will be St. Louis to Memphis. Let's go ahead and throw our trains on that. St. Louis to our maintenance stop to Memphis North. We had to throw a second station in to keep our lines nice and neat. Now let's take a good look at things here. It's by Des Moines, or Iowa, I guess. Now, what I see happening is Omaha to Des Moines to Rock Island. So that's a nice little 3 with our maintenance station right here. Then I see Columbia definitely is going to need to get up to Des Moines, and they're also going to need to get to Rock Island. We could do like a V here with maybe maintenance there. I'm not sure if that's going to help out Kansas City, but there's only one way to find out, and that's to just start. We're going to go ahead and build our line. So we'll click on all our stations. So our maintenance station's here. We'll put our trains down. And I think we're going to try just building one thing at a time. So let that run for a second. Okay, now we want to go in to Kansas City and see, is it getting to Des Moines? No, it's not. I was hoping maybe it would go. I didn't really think it would. So it's obviously not getting to Rock Island either. Nope. It seemed we needed several things. We were running out of tracks. So we did something a little crazy here. We went Des Moines to a maintenance station to Columbia, then to another maintenance station out to Rock Island, then to another one and down to St. Louis. So we're sort of doing like a backwards N, and we put 16 trains on that. So let's let that run. Oh, we can do research. All right, perfect. Let's get these packages. 100 more, and we're going to get the 25% increase for mailbags, and that will be huge. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at Kansas City. Please tell me they're still not getting the Des Moines. Because Des Moines is a little busy on track here on the south side. We just took what we already did and threw in Kansas City on the beginning of it. We'll bump it up to 20 trains. And that's a little bit crazy, but let's see if that'll work. If we go in, is it getting the Des Moines? Yes, it is. Okay, so everything should work good there now. Could go Sioux Falls to Minneapolis to Rochester. That might be, maybe that's what we should do, and then we can sort of figure this out after. Yeah, let's do that. We just completed Sioux Falls to our maintenance to Minneapolis, Rochester, and back. We'll put 10 trains on that. And then we did Des Moines to Rochester to our maintenance to Rock Island. I'm really hoping Des Moines is going to be able to get over the Sioux Falls. But we're about to find out in a second. There, put our 10 trains on there. Let's run in for a second. Now, let's go into Des Moines. Can we get to Sioux Falls? We can't. So we finished our Des Moines to our maintenance up to Sioux Falls rail line with 6 trains because it's only doing those 2 cities. Now, what if we did Rochester and Madison to Rock Island? Let's try that. So we'll buy Wisconsin. So we have our Rochester to Madison to our maintenance down the Rock Island and back with our 10 trains. And then we're going to do, we had to put another Rock Island station to Chicago. We decided to come down to Indianapolis. So we'll go ahead and put our 10 trains on that. Express. Perfect. We now have our Chicago to Madison to maintenance to Duluth line with our 10 trains. Put that down. We also put a little mini line from Fargo South to maintenance to Minneapolis. Go ahead and put just 6 trains on that. So we have our Fargo to Duluth with our maintenance station in there in between. The Minneapolis line, we'll put our 10 trains on that. The next thing we should do is probably by Northern Ontario. We're going to lay down our Duluth line through maintenance, Thunder Bay, White River, and back again. There we go. Put our express trains down. Perfect. The next thing we're going to want to do is buy Michigan so we can get Duluth over the Sault Ste. Marie. So we'll buy that. There's our Duluth to our maintenance station, Sault Ste. Marie up the White River and back. 10 trains on that. So then I think it's obvious that Madison to Sault Ste. Marie is going to need a spur. We're coming from Madison up to our same maintenance that we're using for Duluth over to Sault Ste. Marie and then to Sudbury. And so we'll put our trains on that. So we have that done now. St. Louis to maintenance, Indianapolis to Louisville. If we now click on Ohio, we'll buy that. So we took that whole line off from Pittsburgh to London. We're bringing it down through our maintenance, Cleveland to Pittsburgh. We'll put our 10 trains on there. Now we're going to look, can Cleveland get to Buffalo? I can't imagine they can. Toledo, we still haven't went there. Indianapolis still haven't went there. Are they getting the, oh, they are getting the Buffalo through London. Perfect. Okay, well, that's good. At Indianapolis to our maintenance to Toledo, down to Parkersburg West. Put our 10 trains on that. And then that way, then we can go, how about Chicago, Toledo, Cleveland? What about that? And as promised, there we are, Chicago, maintenance, Toledo, Cleveland, with our 10 trains. So we'll go London, Grand Rapids, maintenance to Chicago and back again with our 10 trains. So we went from Toledo to Grand Rapids, up to our maintenance, up to Sault Ste. Marie and back again. We'll put our 10 trains on that. So we finished Sudbury to Toronto with our maintenance in the middle. We'll put 6 trains on that. Now, we'll run that for just 2 seconds. Now I want to see, I'll come back down here. Is there anywhere these guys, okay, Cleveland's getting everywhere. Is Pittsburgh getting everywhere? Yep. Is Parkersburg getting everywhere? Yep. Now, is Louisville getting everywhere? Yes. Now, there could be better ways to get places too. That's always a possibility. But, okay, Indianapolis is getting everywhere. What about Toledo? Toledo. Yep, they're getting everywhere. Now, the reason I know everyone's getting everywhere, if you look at this line right here, average travel time days, see how, if they weren't running something, it would have these little dots here. See how there's no dots? Okay, so then we go to Grand Rapids. Now, I think maybe there might be something here. Oh, what do you know? I thought maybe Madison to Grand Rapids wouldn't work good because of this whole dip through, but it's saying it's going, right? So we finished Sudbury to Toronto with our maintenance in the middle. We'll put 6 trains on that. Just for fun, we figured we'd put a Val-d'Or to right to, which is our maintenance area, to White River. We're going to go ahead and put 6 trains on that. And for the first time ever, we have a mail car. So we're going to just take a quick look around and see if I can find any more holes in our setup here. So slowly we've been working our way down the eastern seaboard, adding in mail cars to all our express routes. And we also noticed that we missed Charlottesville to North Line. So we just put one down there, 6 trains and our mail cars. We're way down here at the south. So I'd forgotten to put a station in between New Orleans and Beaumont. It was something I knew that eventually I'd have to do, and I just totally forgot about it. So we used one of our triple stations, put Jones Rest here for maintenance, go ahead and put our 6 trains down, and our mail car. We made it way up to Salt Lake City before we found something that wasn't connected, so we spent a ton of money coming up through this maintenance, way up through these mountains. That cost a fortune. Put another maintenance just in case, and then to Missoula, 6 trains with our mail wagons. Found another little gap from Elko to Idaho Falls, so we put our maintenance station in the middle, 6 trains with our mail wagon. As we're moving around the board here, I found another one that got missed. Rapid City, we got our maintenance here to Omaha. There was one that I had laid out, but I never did do for some reason. From North Platte to Omaha. So we'll go ahead and put our trains in there with our mail wagon. Well, I went through the whole map, and I found a couple things, as you've seen, that I missed. And then I added all the mail wagons in. And here's what I come up with. I was looking around, and my 2 biggest lines are here. Portland, the bigger cities, is Spokane, and the biggest one is Portland, Seattle, at the Spokane. And the reason is because, who's it here? The General, yeah. The General had built it up to 78,000, and he built up Seattle to 62. Spokane's kind of normal, and so is bigger city, but mainly these 2 here, he had built them up quite nicely. Honorable mention goes to this one too, Washington to Philadelphia, New York, and no one's touched these cities, so I really don't know why it's so much, except maybe because all the traffic coming from the bottom, all the traffic going down is maybe funneling through this one. But other than that, as you can see, we're making 10.5 million, give or take, a week. So that's pretty good. So at this point, if I let that run just normal, you can see just in a matter of seconds, it's going to click over another million, and it just keeps going up and up and up. So if we look, we started in Halifax, we made all the way out here. We haven't missed anything. The only thing possibly I could have missed was some place that isn't built up into a city yet and won't show me what it might be missing. We did all of this in here, all of this down here, took out all our opponents. We bought them all out a video or 2 ago. And we're just making money hand over fist here. See, just in that little bit, now we're up to almost 24 million. So can you play a game and beat your opponents without using freight? The answer you now know is absolutely you can. Imagine what would happen now if I would take this and start working on freight. Can you imagine how much money I could make in this game if I would do that? Especially now that I've already taken everyone out. So I could start putting warehouses and buying factories and whatnot. It could be just ridiculous. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this challenge. If you have any comments or any ideas of other challenges or other videos you'd like me to do, feel free to comment below and let me know what you think. And thanks for watching, and come back and watch another great video of Ike and Me Gaming.